Hello fellow cinema enthusiasts, my name is Christina and welcome to another Let's Get Reelz movie review. Today is Classic Movie Thursdays here on my channel, my version of Throwback Thursdays. Today begins Noirvember. For all of you that may not be in the old Hollywood fandom, Noirvember is where old Hollywood fans, like myself, we get together and just talk about noir movies. We watch noir movies, we discuss them, we do all kinds of stuff with noir films, and I greatly enjoy the noir genre, so I thought I would take part. So this month, my Classic Movie Thursdays will be all film noirs, and we get Noirvember started on Let's Get Reelz by watching This Gun for Hire from 1942, starring Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd and a whole host of other actors in this film. So This Gun for Hire starts off with a guy named Raven, played by Alan Ladd. He is double-crossed by an employer called Gates, and Gates has paid him to, I believe, kill someone, and then Raven gets really pissed because he finds out that the money that Gates paid him with was marked and it was wanted by the police. It was not good money, it was counterfeit. So Raven wants revenge. He manages to evade the police. And on the other side of this story, there is a nightclub singer named Ellen, and she is recruited by Gates to sing at his nightclub called Nitro. And he wants Ellen to come down to Los Angeles and sing at the club. As Ellen walks away from her meeting, she is taken to a car, and in the car is a senator who knows that Gates has connections to Nitro Chemicals, which is this chemical company, and they have sold their chemicals to an enemy of the United States. Now this is during World War II, so it could have been like the Germans or the Japanese. So Ellen's like, all right, I'll spy for you guys, I'll get the information. So she's on a train down to LA, and Raven just so happens to be on that plane, and Raven sits next to Ellen on the train. They're in like a sleeper car, or not really a sleeper, they're in seats, kind of like if you were on an airplane. And in the morning, Raven's head is against Ellen's shoulder, and Gates comes out and he sees them together. He didn't realize they were on the same train, and then he freaks out because he thinks that Ellen and Raven are working together. So it starts a whole big chain reaction of Raven having to get away, the mistake that Gates thinks that Ellen is, with Raven and trying to come after him as well. So he gets all paranoid, and you eventually find out what the chemical company that Gates is working for, who they sold the chemicals to, and then also Ellen's cop boyfriend Michael comes in, and he's part of this whole thing, looking for Raven, looking for Gates, and things like that. I'm sorry if I kind of took you on a bit of a roller coaster there with that plot. I don't want it to deter you from watching This Gun for Hire. It is an excellent film noir. I really just couldn't explain a lot to you because I don't want to really give anything away. The plot is really good. One of my favorite devices with stories is how seemingly separate characters who you would think would never come together, they come together, and then the story kind of just snowballs. And I love that kind of snowball effect and that coming together, in some kind of way. So I liked how all the characters, they had some kind of connection with each other, and that for me made This Gun for Hire very, very interesting. And also the direction. There's a reason why some noirs are some of the greatest films ever made, just with their story and because of the direction. And Frank Tuttle was the director of this film, and it was fantastic. He did such a good job with really getting into the characters. None of the actors did a bad job at all. They were all so perfect and so great in their roles. They did a very excellent job, and I sometimes find Veronica Lake a little stiff in her movies. She's just moving her mouth, she doesn't really show emotion. She's kind of the same here in This Gun for Hire, but she was good, and this was the first pairing of Veronica Lake and Alan Ladd, and this was a movie that made Alan Ladd into a star, even though he was the bad guy. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. He was the bad guy, and that he became a star because of it, but I guess it, like, you know, showed his, like, tough guy persona, and, you know, they became, like, one of the best and greatest pairs in Hollywood at the time, and maybe are well known today. I'm not sure if you guys would recognize them as a couple if you're not familiar with them. So this Gun for Hire is a very excellent noir. I like everything about it, as I said, and I really hope if you guys haven't seen this Gun for Hire that you can find it and you can watch it. So that was my review of this Gun for Hire, my first review for Noirvember, and if you liked this review in any way for this Gun for Hire, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below if you have seen this Gun for Hire. What do you think? You know, what's your favorite scene? What do you like about it? Just let me know there. Also, if you have any suggestions of what I should watch next, be them classic movies or newer movies, leave those in the comments too. And if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I'll give you a shout out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future Let's Get Reelz movie reviews, because that is what I like to do here. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.